In recent weeks, several cases have emerged where travelers from different countries, including India too, have been denied entry into the United States. Some were deported immediately, while others had to spend days or even weeks in detention before being sent back to their home countries. These incidents have raised serious concern about what travelers should expect when entering the US and how they can avoid any trouble at the border crossing. A 28 years old British woman was detained for 3 weeks at an immigration center in Washington state after attempting to enter the US from Canada. She was questioned about her visa and authorities decided that she did not have the correct paperwork. Similarly, 2 German tourists were recently deported after trying to enter the US from Mexico. Both spent weeks in detention in San Diego and were not given clear explanation about whether they were allowed to enter or not. Now, these cases have created uncertainty among international travelers, including Indians too, who often visit the US for tourism, education, or family visits. For Indian travelers, understanding the US visa rules and border protocols is extremely important. The US does not allow visa-free entry for Indian citizens, which means that all Indians must apply for the appropriate visa before traveling. Most Indian visitors enter the US on B1, that is business visa, and B2, that is tourist visa, or a combination of both, B1 and B2. These visas are valid for up to 10 years, but each visit is typically limited to 6 months. Applying for a US visa requires filling out an online application, submitting documents such as passport and photographs, and attending an in-person interview at the US consulate in India. The visa application fee is approximately $185, about 15,000 rupees. However, having a valid visa does not guarantee entry into the US. The final decision is made by immigration officers at the airport or border crossing. Upon arrival into the US, all travelers must go through immigration checks. Officers will ask questions about the purpose of your visit, the duration of your stay, and accommodation details. Here, if they suspect that a traveler might overstay their visa or work illegally, they can send them to secondary screening. This involves more detailed questioning, and in some cases, travelers are denied entry and sent back home. Indian travelers should always carry proper documentation, including return ticket, hotel bookings, and proof of financial stability. And this is just to show that they have an intent to return back to India after their visit. Indians who hold a US visa but try to enter the country from places like Canada or Mexico should be very cautious. Many travelers believe that they can easily cross the land border from Canada or Mexico into the US, but immigration officers can still deny entry if they suspect anything unusual. Several cases have emerged where travelers were detained at land borders despite having valid visas. Those entering with US visas should stick to direct flight from India to avoid any unnecessary complication. Unlike some European and Asian countries, India is not part of US visa waiver program. This particular program allows citizens of 43 countries to enter the US without a visa for up to 90 days. However, these travelers still need to obtain an electronic system for travel authorization before boarding their flight. While this system makes travel very easy for certain nationalities, Indian travelers must still go through the full visa process. Another important aspect to understand is travelers' right at US borders. Immigration officers have the authority to search luggage, electronic devices, and personal belongings without needing a specific reason. Now, this means they can check mobile phones, emails, and social media accounts to look for any signs that contradict a traveler's stated purpose of visit. Indian travelers should be very cautious about the content on their phones and social media before traveling, as any suspicious information could lead to questioning or even denial of the entry. If an immigration officer suspects a traveler of violating the visa rule, they may cancel the visa and send the person back to India on the next available flight. In some cases, travelers are given the option to withdraw their application for entry, which allows them to leave voluntarily without facing a 5-year entry ban. However, if withdrawal is not allowed, the traveler may be detained for days or weeks before being deported. To avoid any issue at the US border, Indian travelers should ensure that they have all the necessary documents, answer immigration questions honestly, and avoid risky travel routes. It is also advisable to carry printed copies of hotel bookings, return flight tickets, bank statements, and invitation letter. The US is a very popular destination for Indian tourists, students, and business travelers. But recent incidents have shown that entry is not always guaranteed. By understanding visa rules, following proper procedures, and being prepared for questioning, Indian travelers can reduce the risk of being denied entry or facing detention. Safe and well planned travel is the key to the hustle free visit to the United States.